Okay. Okay, so once again, good morning. Topic natin for today is actually part of the chapter 1 na hindi pa rin natatapos, and that is on number 5, applying the present value analysis to make the decisions and value of the assets. This is actually the most important thing before you go with the adjusting journal entries, especially if you're going to compute for the interest. Kasi mag-a-accrue na rin tayo ng interest doon sa adjusting entries. Kaya lang, hindi pa yata na-discuss sa mathematics ninyo or even some other topics. So mag-start tayo with this one. Learning objective number 5. And the rest will be summarized na lang as we go on before the exam or examinations. So nandito siya sa dulo, recognizing the time value of money. Okay, there again, we have stories or we have learned or heard stories from our grandparents or even our parents that during their time they have, let's say, 2 pesos, then they can go to the market and bring some apat na bayong, 4 bayongs just to have 2 pesos on their pocket. Okay, kaya lang ang challenge ko ngayon, and especially dun sa mga nagbabalik at hindi yung iyakin natin ditong kasama, no? Yung 2 pesos ba, kaya mo bang pumunta sa market at bumili? Mute kita, Charla. Charlene. Ay, sorry. Sumagot mo si Charlie. Sorry. Na-mute kita. Okay, hindi po. Diba? So, yung value ng money natin, or value ng money natin, walang-wala sa value ng money noon. So, needless to say that the value of the money, or the value of our money, it's much higher than the value of our money some, let's say, 10 years from now, di ba? So, alam natin na ganun yung situation. So, maraming factors. Nandiyan yung inflation, nandiyan yung demand and supply, nandiyan yung scarcity, nandiyan yung anything that we can think of as a factor. And syempre, ang pinaka-importante din na factor is the interest. Okay? Or the cost of borrowing. Okay? Kasi we acknowledge that the value of money deteriorates as the time goes by. Diba? So, anong kailangan natin gawin? Since we have, a gap exists between the time when the costs are borne and the benefits are received, managers can use present value analysis to properly account for the timing of receipts and expenditures. Anong ibig sabihin niya dito? 'Di ba? Kailan ka ba mag-invest or gagastos? Okay, kailan ka ba mag-incur ng cost if ever that you have projects, no? Yung investment mo, the timing is now, but the reaping of the profits or the benefits, 'di ba? Yung benefits na tinutukoy niya dito are the profits is sometime in the future. Na alam natin kanina based on our discussion na yung value ng pera natin ngayon is much higher than the value of the money that we will receive in the future. 'Di ba? If we compare it to the future. So gusto natin as much as possible yung mga makukuha nating profits in the future ay dapat mas malaki yung value niya if we compare yung value nun sa ngayon. You get the point? So let's say for example, you will have 10,000 pesos invest today, tapos you will earn 5,000 pesos. So that's 15,000 pesos in the near future. Gusto nating malaman, yung value ba ng 15,000 in the future is higher, much higher than the value of money that we have for 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 10,000 today. Kasi 'di ba pwedeng mangyari, just like what we have dun sa 2 pesos, yung 2 pesos ngayon, walang kwenta kapag kinumpare natin sa 2 pesos some years ago. 'Di ba? So dapat sabi niya, yung matatanggap natin in the future kahit na mas malaki in the computation like 15,000 pesos na, dapat yung value nun is the same with the value that we have today. Okay? And what we need to do is to realize na meron tayong paraan para ma-compute yun, and that is through the present value analysis. But before we go to the present value analysis, I want you to refresh your memories about simple interest and compound interest. Okay? So sana alam niyo pa kung paano mag-compute nito. Okay, so kanina I asked, no, hindi ko na nabura, what's the formula of interest? Sa akin, sabi niya, interest is equal to principal times rate and then the time. Okay, so sa akin, interest is equal to fruit. Para mas madali ko siyang tandaan. Hindi, biro lang. Para ako kasi I use memes or should I say topics na nakakatawa para madali kong matandaan yung mga bagay na gusto ko i-memorize. Okay? So interest is equal to fruit or principal times rate times time. That's the basic. Okay, so applying your previous knowledge about simple interest. Ano yung entry ulit? Magkano ito? Assuming on January 1, 2022, syempre marami kang nagoyo, hindi, marami kang nakuha sa mga ninong at ninang mo. Yan, na pera. Okay? You decided to invest your 5,000 pesos in the bank for 12% interest. 12% interest for 5 years. So ang tanong, magkano yung annual interest niya? So, ayun, na-compute na. Interest is equal to 6. Walang yato. Hindi ko nabura. So, paano natin siya kukumputin? Madali lang. Pakilabas po yung calculators ninyo. So, interest is equal to principal, that's 5,000, times the rate. So, that's 12%. Yung 12% natin, convert natin siya sa, saan natin siya i-convert? Sa decimal. So, divided by 100 lang yun. So, times 0.12 times 1 year. Okay, so yung annual interest niya per year is 5,000 times 0.12. Okay, nasulat na kanina, 600 pesos. Okay, so 600 pesos per year using simple interest. Then, when asked what is maturity value after 5 years, tatandaan mo lang yung computation ng maturity value. And that is principal plus the interest or the accumulated interest. So first, you need to compute for the interest for 5 years. So interest for 5 years is equal to 5,000 times 12% times 5 years. Magkano yun?
Sir, 300,000.
300,000? Laki
3,000,
naman.
sir.
0.12 iha. Baka na 12 mo lang siya. Okay, paki-check mo, Miss Kiamson. So that is 3,000. Okay, check mo ulit. Oo. Kasi pag 300,000, malaki na. Kahit ako, gusto ko yan. Di ba? May 5,000. Wala pala akong 5,000 ngayon. Okay. So, 3,000 yung interest natin. Okay. So, paano natin kino-convert? Again, that's 12%. Diba? 12. Gagawin mo lang siya. 12 divided by 100. Para lumabas lang yung 0.12. Sa mga hindi familiar masyado with the computation of the interest. So next is the maturity value. Now that we know the principal and interest, di ba? Magkano siya? That's 5,000 plus 3,000. The maturity value after 5 years is 8,000 pesos. Okay na po? So that's how we do it on a simple interest. Okay, all you need to do is to memorize yung formula. Interest is equal to PRT or PRT. Tapos we have maturity value, that is principal times plus interest. Okay, principal plus interest. Okay, pero di ba there are things that offered beyond the simple interest. Actually, wala nang nag-offer ng simple interest ngayon eh. Okay, ang binibigay na ngayon ay interest over interest or interest earning interest or also known as compound interest. I think you're familiar with the compound interest naman, the term. Okay? So, ang gawin natin, compute tayo using compound interest naman. So, basically, yung year 1 will be the same as 5,000 times 0.12 times 1. Tama ba? Kasi basic yan eh. Parang yun dun lang sa computation natin kanina. Okay? Tapos, magkano yan? That is 600. Okay? So, year 1, ang ating interest is 600. The same yun kasi compound or simple interest, the same lang yan kasi year 1 pa lang yung pinag-uusapan natin. And the maturity value after year 1 is 5,600. Okay? 5,600. That's 5,000 plus 600. Okay? So, the same lang siya dito kanina. Okay? Next, year 2. Ito ang challenge. Kasi, yung sa compound interest, yung interest mo ngayon will be based on the maturity value on the first year plus its interest. Okay? So, ang magiging bagong natin, principal is 5,600. Kaya kapag magko-compute ka ng interest for year 2, that's 5,600 times 0.12 times 1. O, magkano yan? 5,600 times 0.12 times 1. That is 6,270.
672.
6272 or 672? 672.
672.
Okay, 672.
Yes.
So interest is 672. So pag pinag-add natin yan to get the new maturity value at the end of the year, and that is 56 plus 672.
6,272.
Okay, we get 6,272. Okay, so ito hindi ko na itago. So ito yung shortcut actually, no? Kung gusto niyo makuha yung sagot na gusto natin, all you need to do is to multiply it by this one times 1.12 times 1, 5,000 times 1.12. Paano na-compute yan? Well, yung maturity value kasi, okay, ito yung discussion dyan, pero nakalimutan ko discuss ako. That is principal, tama, plus interest, which is yung interest is computed as principal times rate multiply by the rate multiply by the time. Di ba? Kaya makikita nyo dito, P times P, P times R times P. Ganyan. Or simply, ito, PRT. Maulit siya eh. Basta may mathematical formula dito. Ano ba yun? Nakalimutan ko paano i-explain. Na sinimplify siya. Tanggalin ko na yan. Hindi ako magaling dyan. Okay? May mathematical formula pero nakalimutan ko kung paano. Sorry. Okay, going back dito. Ito na lang. Doon tayo sa alam ko. Ang shortcut natin dito will be 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12. Coming from the idea of this. Kasi 'di ba, yung interest is on top of the principal, no? So ginagawa natin, nagpi-principal tayo times 1.12 times 1.12. Depende kung ilan yung years. Ilan na yung number of years. Paki-try nyo nga kung the same pa rin yung lalabas na sagot.
Same pa din po.
Okay, the same pa rin.
Same po.
So 5,000 times 1.12 is 56 and then 5,000 times 1.12 6272. Okay. Yan yung shortcut. Next, year 3 tayo. Year 3, ang principal natin bago ulit. That's 6272. So from here, gagawa tayo ulit ng computation. That's 6272 times 0.12 times 1 to get the interest for year 3. So the interest for year 3 is 652.64 or 753. Okay? Pag-rounded off. Okay? And from there, the new maturity value is 7,024.64. Okay, 7,024.64. Okay, so paano ulit yung shortcut niya? The same dun sa kanina. That's 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12. To kay Richard. Pabilan mo na lang siya ulit. Siopaw. Pabilan mo na lang siya ulit. 7-Eleven. Okay, so 5,000 times 1.12. Sasya na kayong may makulit sa likod. May matanda na namang makulit sa likod. Oh, kapal lang mukha mo, 50 pataas to. 20, ano yan? Pagkain ng mahirap. Ano ba yan? Oh, hindi ka mahirap. Mayaman ka. Okay, ay, sorry guys, nandyan pala kayo. Okay, so the same pa rin ba na 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12? I think the same pa din.
Yes po.
Okay, the same pa din. Thank you. Okay, so from here, no, ang gagawin lang natin guys is we use the basic calculator. Okay? So gamitin natin yung basic calculator. Labas nyo nga, may mga basic calculator na ba yung mga section B dito? Sino na yung may mga basic calculator? Ito yung gagamitin yung test pag bibili kayo ng basic calculator.
Yun na lang
Okay. So basic calculator, nakalabas na ba yung mga basic calculator ninyo? Hello? Basic calculator.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Sa mga section B, Section B. Kasi kanina we have already checked yung basic calculator nila. So, all you need to do for the basic calculator para mapalabas nitong mga to is 5,000 times 1.12 tapos mag-equal sign ka. Okay, equal sign. Pipindutin mo yung equal sign kung ilang taon yung hinahanap mo. Kung 1 year, isang pindot na. Okay? Pag year 2, dalawang pindot. Pag year 3, tatlong pindot. Hindi nga, pakicheck nga. Oo, tamainit pa. Kakabili lang yan. Kakakain ko lang. Oh. Pakicheck nga, paki-verify. Sige. Ayaw nyo sumagot. Okay lang.
Sir, same lang din po yung lumalabas.
Okay, kahit
Yes,
basic
sir.
calculator. Okay.
Po,
So,
sir, kahit po scientific.
yes. Hindi, ang ina-after ko kasi dito, guys, you must know yung basic calculator kasi baka hindi pa kayo natatakot. During your board exam po, basic calculator po kayo. Hindi kayo magsa-cycle.
Yes po, sir.
Basic calculator kayo. So, dapat lahat ng basic na pwede nyong aralin ay gawin ninyo. Okay? So, yun. So, year 5, assuming year 5, magkano ang maturity value na makukompute ninyo? That's 5,000 times 1.12 tapos equal sign na 5 pindot. Magkano po ang maturity value at year 5? Okay, we have 7,867. Parang mali. Parang mali yan. Okay, mali yung kulang pa ng isang pindot siguro yung 7,867.59. Kulang pa ng isang pindot yan. Paki-try mo. Baka kulang ng isang pindot. Paki-verify Okay? So, ang tamang sagot is 8,811.71. That's the maturity value at year 5. Okay. So, thank you. Sana, magra-round off. Normally, I go with the rounding off pag last answer na. Pag sa dulo na. No? Pag nagbe-basic calculator ako, nagra-rounding off ako, dulo na. Okay? 2 decimal places kapag pag last answer na. Yun ang ginagawa ko. Okay? Pag ako yung gumagawa. So, thank you. Paki-verify ako yung sinabihan ko kanina. Kung nakuha na niya. Okay? And then, we now use the scientific calculator. Ito na. Ito naman dapat talaga yung alam ninyo. Tapos ito dapat talagang tinuturo. At dapat ito ipapa-exam sa inyo. Kaya lang may mga bad trip lang ng mga tao na gustong pahirapan yung board exam na dapat madali lang. Okay? So, we have the scientific calculator. It is computed as follows. There's a future value. Ito yung formula. Okay, good. Okay. The formula is the principal times 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, yung 1 plus I raised to n, ang tawag natin dyan is future value factor. Okay? Yung 1 plus I raised to n, that is future value factor. Okay, future value factor. Okay po, naiintindihan? Okay, so paano gagamitin yan? Pati, computin lang natin. For the future value of 5 years, all you need to do is to follow the computation. That's 5,000 times 1 plus I. Yung I is the interest. So 1 plus 0.12 raised to 5. Okay. Ang advice ko dito is first get yung factor na 1.12 raised to 5. 1.12 raised to 5. Pakikuha mo na yung factor na yun. Okay. And yung factor na yun is magkano? 1.12 raised to 5. Sa inyo naman, that's 1.12 times 1.12. Yan. Tapos 5 equal sign. Yan. Nakalimutan kong banggitin. That's 1.12 times 1.12 tapos 5 equal sign. para lumabas yung factor. Magkano yan? Nakalimutan ko banggitin kanina sa mga pilot section. And I don't know kung naka-record ako. Ah, yes, naka-record ako. Ay, kala ko nakalimutan ko. Yes. So we have 1.7623. Okay. So check natin. Okay. So 5,000 times 1.7623. Pakisundan lang yung mga binabanggit mo kasi kapag physical ko na. Okay. So that's 5,000 times 1.7623. Parehas bang lalabas na future value? 8,811.71. Parehas po?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, yan yung para sa scientific calculator. So this one, ang tawag natin actually dito is the future value of 1. Okay? Or future value of single payment. Yan, future value of single payment or receipt. Yan, or FB of 1. Bakit? Meron kasi tayong additional discussions dito regarding series of payments or annuities. Okay? Ito kasi 5,000, isang bagsakan lang. Pero paano kapag ang sinabi ng problem is you you decided to invest for 5,000 pesos every year. Yun ang problema. Every year. Okay, every year. So ano mangyayari? Don't know. Yan yung kailangan nating paglaruan or pagplanuan. Okay? 5,000. Ang tawag natin doon ay annuity. Pero dito muna tayo. Okay, so ilan ang naibigay ko sa inyong computation? So we have 1, yung mano-mano na compound. 2, basic calculator. 3, the scientific calculator. And the fourth one is this one, using the table. The fourth one is using the table. Ito, hanapin nyo lang yung future value of 1 table or FP of 1 na table. Okay, so paano to gamitin? Madali lang to. Okay, madali lang to. I usually go with this one, yung mga pinapasukan ko. Okay. So, ang gagawin mo lang, hanapin mo lang yung interest. So, we have interest at 12%. Ito siya. 12%. Tapos hanapin mo kung ilang taon. So, number 5. Okay. So, anong gagawin mo lang? Pagtatapatin mo lang. So, 5 tapos 12%. Punta ka dito. Is it 1.7623? Nakikita nyo ba to? 1.7623. Okay. 1.762 lang pala. Walang 3. So, yan yung pangatlo, pang-apat na paraan para mag-compute tayo ng future value. Saan normally nakikita yan? Sa libro ng mathematics sa likod ng mga libro, glossary, or sa mathematics of investment, any other related na subjects like managerial accounting yan. Kasama yan. Makikita mo yan sa dulo. So, that's how you compute for the table. Noong unang panahon, nung wala pang calculator, hindi, sa maniwala kayo sa hindi, yung wala pang calculator, lahat sila may dalang libro. May table sila. Tapos pag nagko-compute sila mano-mano. Yeah, para siyang Z table, pero this one is much more related to the future value. Okay? Sa maniwala kayo sa hindi, guys, yung mga unang tao, nagsasagot sila with book. Meron silang table na ganito. So, dapat alam din natin kung paano siya gamitin. Okay? Number of years or period, tapos ito yung percentage or interest, annual interest. Okay? So, ayan naturo ko na yung mga yan. Next. Sir, can we continue na? Yes, continue na tayo. Sa mga section A and C na nandito pa, ito na yung susunod na topic natin. Kasi, ang usapan, present value. Present value. Nga pala. Nagawa ko na ba to? Times 1.12. Ito. 1.12 times 1.12. Okay. So, saglit lang. Gawin ko lang ng kalokohan to. So, year 1. Year 2. Kalokohan talaga, Sir Ja. Yes. So, ito yon year 1. Pakita ko lang. This is 5,000 times 1.12. This is 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12. This one is 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12. This one is 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12. Ilan na? Times 1.12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos ito, 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1.12. Okay, so yan yung kalokohan. Okay, so kunin mo lang yung, ayan, yan yung paano mo siya makukuha. Okay, ba't ko nilagay yan? Another computations ulit yan. No, another computation ulit yan. Tapos punta na tayo sa present value. Okay. Acknowledging na may future value, ang gusto naman natin baliktad. Gusto natin malaman, magkano kaya yung halaga niya ngayon? So parang ganito yan. Halimbawa, bibigyan kita, halimbawa lang bibigyan ka na lang nila, wag ako, bibigyan ka nila ng 1 million today or 1 million 5 years from now. Ano nang pipiliin mo? 1 million today or 1 million 5 years from now?
Ngayon, sir. Today.
Sino ang mga ano? Anong reason bakit kailangan nyo na ng 1 million today? At ayaw mo
Sir,
na.
mamaya.
5 years, sir. Tapos namatay ka, hindi mo na nagamit.
Kaya mas maganda yung instant, sir. Tsaka habak mo
Tapos
na.
kapag
Pero
nakapag,
5 years,
ano ka,
sure.
sir, kapag inilagay mo yung sa bangko, tapos may interest, di ba, alis, nadadagdagan din. Yun lang din.
May tumawad, no, si Nino, sabi niya, 1 million today, kahit 1 million lang. Kasi usapan 5 million. The joke lang. 1 million bang sinabi ko? Nasa isip ko 5 million kasi. So most of
1
you
million, sir.
says na 1 million today. Syempre naman, 1 million today kasi nandiyan yung mga factors like pwede mo ilagay sa bangko and so on and so forth. Tapos alam natin yung 1 million today, okay, let's say 1 million today, 1 million, inilagay mo sa bangko for 12%. Magkano na siya after 5 years? Applying what you learned kanina sa competition natin ng future value. 1 million today. After 5 years, magkano na siya? With 12% interest. $1.6? Sigurado ko? Compound interest na tayo Compound interest. Hindi tayo, bihira ang nagsisimple interest, guys. Bihira. So, ganito ang technique. Paano malaman kapag simple interest dapat sabihin ng problem? Kasi most of the interest na makukompute nyo na sa accounting life ninyo, guys, is compound interest. Okay, so we have 1,762,341.68. Okay, so very good. Okay, yan na ba yung ginamit ninyo? Okay, ito ang tanong. Kung alam nyo kung magkano yung 1 million after 5 years, ang gusto kong malaman, magkano yung 1 million 5 years from now sa panahon natin? Ang tanong, gusto kong malaman ngayon, magkano yung 1 million na matatanggap mo, no? 5 years from now sa panahon natin ngayon. Kaya ba? Okay. Kung hindi mo alam yung sagot, ganito lang siya. Kailangan i-apply mo yung pinag-usapan natin last time. Okay. So sabi mo, yung 1 million 5 years from now. So 1 million 5 years from now is 1M 5 years from now is 1 million. Ba't 5 million ang lagay mo, Ms. Kemson? 1,762,341.6. Tama? Okay. So ganito. Gusto nating malaman, no, halimbawa, no, this is the value in 2026. 2026, tama? Year 2026. Okay, so yan na yung value niya, 1,762,000 something. Okay, gusto natin malaman kung magkano yan. Kunwari, hindi nyo alam. Anong gagawin? Remember, alam mo na value niyan is 1 million. Okay, ang value niyan today is 1 million. Kasi sinabi natin at kinompute niyo, tama? Pero paano niyo ba na-compute yan? Ganito siya. Di ba? Na-compute niyo yan as na-compute niyo yan as 1 million, 1M na lang, times 1.12. This is 1 million times 1.12 times 1.12. Or yung pindot-pindot na lang kayo. Tama? 1 million. My gosh. Tama. Yan yung ginawa ninyo para makuha niyo yung 1.762. Okay. Ang tanong ko kasi, magkano yung 1 million today? But before you answer yung 1 million today, pakita ko muna yung relationship ng mga binanggit natin. Okay? So may mga figures na lalabas dito. Okay. Kung mag-work back tayo, okay? Pag mag-work back tayo, ang tawag natin doon ay present value. Okay? Ang tawag natin doon ay present value. So assuming ganito yung naging scenario. Year 2026, 26, meron kang 1 million something. Ito. Gusto nating malaman magkano yung value niyan ngayon. Gusto nating malaman value niyan ngayon. 2, 4, 5. Year 2022 kunwari pala. Yan, 5 years. Anong gagawin mo? Hello? Anong gagawin mo?
Division.
Yes. Thank you. Pasensya na kayo, mahirap mag-discuss kasi. So, ang gagawin natin, pabaliktad. Okay? Pabaliktad tayo. Okay. Tandaan nyo, nakuha ito ng times 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.12. Tama? So, in order for us to get yung kanyang value, no, 5 years today, pabalik, rather, anong gagawin mo? Gawin ko na ito. Ang dami-dami kong ginagawin kanya. Gagawin natin dito is divided by 1.12 divided by 1.12 divided by 1.12 divided by 1.12. Wala na, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divided by 1.12. Yan yung lalabas. Para makuha natin yung present value. Magkano? Hindi problema mo lalaman.
Ano ba? Ano ba yan? Sabi,
Di ba sahin mo?
sabi ko sa kanya, screenshot ang pumili. Tapos siya, pagkain niya.
Asado. Bigay mo sa kanya yun, oh. Okay, that's 9. Sorry, 9. Ang dami namang 9 yan, Mark Jason. Sobra niya ta. Yun. Sorry. Ako yung labo-labo na. So, ang lalabas daw dyan is 9.95 or simply 1 million. So, alam niyo na yung gagawin. Pagbaliktad. So, ibig sabihin, guys, ito, in short, yung shortcut natin for the present value, kabaliktaran lang ng tinuro ko dito. If it is 5,000 times 1.12, it is 5,000 times 1.12 times 1.12. Even this one, pag mag-work back tayo, divided by 1.12. Okay? So, thank you. Sa basic calculator, anong gagawin? Sa basic calculator, anong gagawin? Gagawin mo lang, that's 1,762,341 0.6 divided by 1.12. Tapos, equal sign, 5 pindot. Ayan. Para tago. Okay, lalabas ba? Lalabas ba? I hope so. Sensya na kayo. Gusto ko mapabilis sana eh. Kaya lang may mga pasaway sa likod na lumalabas. Okay, so lumabas. Yes. So therefore, it's but proper na i-discuss na natin yung computation natin sa dito. Computation natin sa scientific calculator. Okay, so sa scientific calculator, okay, so scientific calculator, all you need to do is what? Scientific calculator. So gagawin, that's maturity value or future value. Yeah. So the present value is equal to, dito kayo sulat sa baba. Is equal to the future value, baliktad na, di ba? Times 1 plus I raised to negative n. Okay, raised to negative n naman siya. Or yeah, we can do that. Pwede po divide sa akin pero hindi multiply. Bakit? Ano nangyari? Ba't pwede ang divide pero multiply hindi? Paano yun, Mark? Hindi ko naintindihan. Pero pakitry. Okay? So dito, that's 1 future value times 1 plus I raised to negative n, or yung shinare sa atin, may shinare sa atin ngayon, si Miss Joanna, ano ba to? Joanna Bugayong. Present value daw is, copy ko na lang ha. Tama naman to, tama. Babalik na rin mo lang kasi kung ano yung formula na binigay natin doon sa taas. Future value times 1 over 1 plus r raised to n. Or divide mo lang yan. Or simply negative n. So kahit anong gamitin mo dyan, okay lang. Kahit anong gamitin mo dyan, okay lang. Okay, nandiyan ba kayo? Okay pa? Okay. So pakisolve nga using this one. Ano yung present value factor na makukompute dito? Okay, the present value factor is 1.12. That's 1.12 raised to negative 5. Okay, anong lalabas dyan?
Same lang, sir.
Ano nga? Yung factor muna. Yung factor muna, Iha. Okay, 0.567. 5674. Okay. So the 0.5674. So the same lang din dito, di ba? So ano gagawin mo lang? I-multiply mo lang siya sa 1.762341. Okay, lalabas ba ang 1 million? So check na natin. 1.762341.60 divided ay multiply by yan. So 999953. Ba? Bakit eh? 993. Okay. So may something kasi dapat may kompleto for decimal places or more than. So lalabas diyan 1 million. So dapat 1 million to. Okay, so in this case 99952. So yun yung present value factor natin. Or you can simply do this. Yung tinuro niya, you can still have 1 over, may na-compute na tayo kanina, di ba? 1 over, ano yung na-compute natin kanina? Na factor. 1.7622. 1.7622. Ayan. Lalabas ba to? Yung factor na to. Okay, the same ba din ba ang lalabas? Yes po. So kahit anong gamitin ninyo na formula, okay lang. Tama po. Kahit anong formula ang gamitin ninyo na formula, okay lang po. Tama po. Okay? So that's present value. Questions? Hello? Okay, so mukhang nakasunod naman na kayo, di ba? Yes, I definitely be sending the Excel. Okay, nakakasunod na. Present value or using the basic calculator, even scientific calculator. Sa basic calculator, pwede pa rin naman. Matrabaho nga lang, madaming pindot-pindot tapos susulat-sulat ka. Okay? So, kung okay na tayo dyan, let's have the series of payments. Wala na kayong talong dyan, ha? Yung series of payments or receipts, ang tawag natin doon ay annuity. Okay, mag-annuity na tayo. Series of payments or receipts. So, paano to? Ito yun. Halimbawa, on December 31. Okay, lagyan natin to. Palitan natin to. Okay. On December 31, you decided to invest 5,000 pesos per year. Yan. For 5 years. So, needless to say na compounded yan. Lahat ng kinumpute na natin kanina, compounded for 5 years. Yeah. How much is your money after 5 years? Okay, ganito yan ha. December 31. December 31. Okay. 2021. Okay. Tandaan mo na yung pera mo dito is 5,000. Tama? Dito, December 2022, nagdagdag ka ulit ng another 5,000. Ito, nagdagdag ka ulit ng 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. So, ilan lahat yung ininvest mo? 25,000. So, ang tanong, magkano yung total niyan plus interest after 5 years?
Wow. 5,000. 25,000.
Okay, hindi natin patagalin kasi limited na yung time. Ito, from December 31 to for 5 years, no? December 31 for 5 years. December 31, 2021. Diyan na rin lang bang gamitin? Ilang interest niya? Ilan yung interest? January. 4%. Ilan yun? Ganito ang tanong ko, guys. Every year kasi magdadagdag ka. Tama? Every year magdadagdag ka. Huwag niyong kakalimutan, guys. Itong problema sa series of payments, kasi alam ko, magiging mahirap na to sa inyo. Ngayon pa lang, medyo may mga choppy-choppy na. Mute muna kita, Suarez. Okay, eto, yung 5,000 mo dito, mag-earn niya ng interest. Tama? At hindi lang isang taon yan. Ito, mag-earn din ng interest at hindi lang din isang taon yan. Ito, mag-earn ng interest and so on. Tapos, ang tanong, pare-pares ba sila ng number of years? Hindi. Kasi tandaan mo, you have decided to invest 5,000 pesos every year sa bank for 5 years. For 5 years, guys. So, hindi sila pare-parehas ng timing ng pagpasok sa bangko. So, therefore, iba-iba yung interest nila. Okay? So, ang tanong, magkano yung total? Okay? After 5 years. I think that will be all for today. Ito yung assignment ninyo. Pakitandaan. Oh, well, actually, bibigay ko naman yung soft copy ng Excel. Ito yung assignment ninyo. Magkano kaya itong 5,000 na to, na tigpa 5,000 every year with 12% interest? Magkano yung magiging total niya? I hope you get that down. Unlike dito, single payment lang yan, so walang problema. Ito ang problema, hindi siya single payment. Series of payment. Every year nag-invest ka ng 5,000. Okay? So, yan lang. That's all for today. Assignment na lang yan. Kasi wala nang nagre-react. Hindi ko alam kung masaya or masaya. Malungkot. Pero that's how it is. Okay, so thank you for today, guys. Wala na questions. Iwanan ko kayo with the questions of the annuity. Yun yung next topic na. Okay. Bye po. Ay, hindi. Mag-open muna kayo ng cam. Nag-attendance ba ako kanina? Parang hindi ako nag-attendance kanina. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wait lang. Huwag kayong open, close kasi hindi nyo alam kung kasama kayo. So, steady lang yung smile. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Next po, second pane. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Last pane po, window pane. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yan. Thank you very much, guys. Yung assignment nyo, po ito. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you next meeting. I'll be sending the Excel na lang.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Love of my life.
Eh sir, nagpapa-excuse po pala si Julia.
Lahat
Baka
ng excuse mag-send sa GC para alam ng lahat na nag-excuse sila.
Sige po, sabihin ko na lang po.
Tapos bigay yung reason. Thank you.
Apo. Thank you po, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
i-upload
saan
niyo ba?
po sasagutan eh?
Yung Excel po, ibibigay ko, Miss Carla. Okay na? Bye-bye. Sasend ka na po ngayon. Thank you.